What is going on, everybody? It's the Frost, and we're back again with another clash in Elestrals, taking on the same opponent as we were yesterday. But will this game have a different outcome, or how will everything go? We're going to start this off. My opponent here is going to be kicking off this clash again as they won the dice roll. When you play me, winner of the dice roll always gets to go first, and I, of course, lose again. They draw and they immediately put down the Mountain of Boreas, boosting all Frost Elestrals by 1 attack and 1 defense, for every spirit enchanting them. He brings out the Frigid Cub to start off this clash in attack position, along with Keone's staff, boosting the Frigid Cub by 2, making a very big formidable threat starting off right now. I don't think I would have anything to hit over it immediately right now. But that is 4 spirits down for them as they are heading, as it is now my turn. I draw. And first turn right off the bat, gonna do it, just need to do it. I play Eruption for 3 spirits, knocking them down to 13 spirits. And getting them, like, I know a lot of people say using your Eruptions first, like, early is kind of a bad idea. And I can agree with it. It does make sense why you want to do it last. And I've had a couple clashes where I do that. But yeah, just to get this off the bat. And then I play Volcanic Forge, destroying the Mountains of Boreas, which in hindsight for this entire clash was a good thing. I absolutely needed that. And now, when you see me doing this with my spirit deck, I'm looking for a Thunder Spirit, as I'm going to play Astrabbit in defense position. Obviously, I get to look at the top 3 cards in my deck, pick one, put the last 2 back, and shuffle, 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 which is an awesome ability, and I really hope we can get an Celestial in a different element, whether it's a different rabbit or something else that has that same ability, but different elements. Yeah, in the near future, that would be great. I do put 1 card face down, and yeah, I believe that is going to be my turn right now. Spirit count right now, 13 to 16, me in the lead, of course. Kicking off the second turn for my opponent, they are going to draw a card. They are going to then do a little bit of thinking here, as they tend to do, and play a Narpoon. Narpoon is a very good new Modern Celestial, especially for a Frost deck, allowing you, especially if you're playing the Cryo Scorch and you want to play a Cryo Scorch deck, very helpful and useful for getting that Cryoling into your hand. If you have no luck drawing it, I wouldn't say you want to play a Cryoling immediately after the fact, but you definitely want to get that Cryoling, as he does right here. Get the Cryoling. Now, he's thinking of what else to do. Shuffling his deck, obviously, because of the Cryoling. Which, definitely, I do like that. I mean, like, you have Smoltuga for water for fire, and now you have Narpoon for water to frost. But except for Keone, he does have his Frigid Cup being a lot more powerful than my Astrabbit. He does try to attack. I do end up playing a Gorgon's Gaze, preventing that attack. So that's going to be his turn, since Narpoon is only a 4. It is not Fire Enchanted, or Frost Enchanted, or anything, and there's nothing on the field to boost it anyway. So no way he can get over my Astrabbit this turn. And the spirit count looks like now, me at 16, my opponent at 12, just playing 1 card as it could be, helps out the most. So very close clash right now. We're going over an explanation on Gorgon's Gaze right now. That's what's going on right now. Obviously, Gorgon's Gaze can be played up multiple times, whether it's you play an Celestial down, you want to Gorgon's it immediately so nothing happens. You can Gorgon's it when, like, for a Nexus effect, you can Gorgon's it preventing the Nexus effect, or wait for the Nexus effect to go through and then prevent the effect to happen. Or if I held it down, I could, if he had his Cryoling out next turn, I could sit there and Gorgon's it's like on my turn I can Gorgon's it to prevent it from going up, or like if you have an Celestial that gets boosted in the previous turn, it can do that as well. Now, I draw, and I'm going to sit here and I'm going to play a Necruff. Beautiful looking Necruff. Hope to get some reprints of those or some alt-arts for that. That'd be awesome. And since I have the Mountains of Boreas, I was able to just crash. I really wanted to get that Frigicuff off the field, which in hindsight probably wasn't the best idea for the next turn. 15 for me, 11 for him, because Necruff's ability is if you destroy an Celestial with Necruff, even if you're crashing in, if you destroy an Celestial and it's properly enchanted, your opponent has to expend one spirit for Little Hot Puppy. Now, destroying the Frigicup was probably not a good idea in hindsight, because that did allow him to play his Cryoling coming out, and obviously he's got to have the spirits now. With the Mountain going in there, with the other Celestials going in there, with the Scepter going in there, that's got to be 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. He has these 6 spirits in his spirit that is in his underworld. To make this ascension possible, he is double counting again. There are 6 spirits there. To get Cryoling to Cryovern, and definitely making this a tough for me. He's definitely gonna have to go get that Cryovern. He doesn't have it in his hand. He's gonna have to go get it for. He's making sure. Definitely got to get the cryo. Got to go to your deck. Got to go to your deck. Get that one. It was on the bottom of the deck. How about that? Makes it super easy. Don't you just love that when you got to search for something, and it's at the very bottom of the deck, so you don't have to sit there and take time. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. As of course. That me, of course, unfortunately not having any back row. The counter ruins, trying to get counter ruins is like absolutely frustrating. But he's able to get the Cryovern up. He is able to hit me with Eruption because of me crashing the Necruff and allowing him to get the Cryovern over. Um, uh, like losing the Necruff. Yeah, he got his Cryovern. He got the 3. Doing some massive damage. He's able to destroy the Astrabit and then hit me for 1, so he hits me for 4 damage this turn. If he's this person's definitely a newer player. They don't understand that that's because you have a spirit differential on the Astrabit. Because Astrabit was in defense position, it does not damage me at all. So Celestial in defense position, no spirit differential damage to you. I draw. I get the perfect counter to Cryovern. As I get Kindleo, I Nexus immediately. I wish I could have had a different way to Nexus, because this would have protected Kindleo. But I Nexus, destroying the Volcanic Forge, but also destroying the Cryovern using Kindleo's effect. I am going to play a double Ambrosia just to get him out of my hand and to keep myself in this game and being in the lead, bringing me back to 14 spirits from 11 after playing both of those. Definitely a much needed hit, because yeah, as a firecaster, we go through spirits pretty fast, and there's like outside of Ambrosias, and there's not really any recovery for a fire deck. Now, I played double Ambrosia, and I have to end my turn. I did not have anything else to do. Unfortunately, Noipoon is actually stronger than me, so I couldn't attack over it. My opponent draws on their turn. They're going to do a very smart play here and enchant a fire spirit onto Noipoon. And the reason this is a very smart play is because if I was to draw another eruption, and I want to play that eruption, because this is now fire enchanted, I cannot cost them 3 spirits. I would only be able to cost them 1, thus pretty much nullifying the use of eruption at this time. So they were very good to do this play right here. This was the best play they could do. They also have 1 Ruin Enchanted. They do attack my Kindleo, and thankfully, because of the Nexus, no spirit differential there, so there is no spirits lost for me, but I do lose Kindleo, which got the job done. Kindleo saved the clash, because if I didn't get that Kindleo and I got, say, a Toxion, I don't have really anything going for me right now, because Toxion's not higher than Cryo Burn. I might have burned them for one attack, but he could have, like, next turn destroyed me with Toxion, with Cryo Burn, and then did the same thing with Harpoon and still burned me for two. So, yeah. My turn. I draw. I get absolutely nothing. I must expend to draw. I'm sitting here and I'm wondering, and I say, hopefully I'm looking for that Earthquake, and what do I get? I top deck the Earthquake, destroying the Harpoon, getting me to destroy the entire Celestial row. Putting us back to clean slate. Nobody has an Celestial on the field. I end my turn. 12 spirits for me, 6 for them. They will play 1 Chilolato Misenchanted. They are out of Frost Spirits. This is a terrible, terrible time to be out of Frost Spirits. They definitely need an Ambrosia for anything to pretty much. But they Misenchanted, so no back rows or anything. They do burn me for 1, putting me down to 5 spirits. I draw. I do get to play the Necruff in attack position, but they do have that back row. So this is going to make things a little awkward for a moment. I do play to boost this thing up and be able to hit over any 5 defense that they happen to play, Astrabid or Poracne or anything. I will play the Hammer of Hephaestus to boost it to 6. 8, then seeing with playing Hammer of Hephaestus, this is where the spirits start burning for me. I'm down to 8 spirits after being up. It's a very more closer game. They do get to play Co-Magma, which lets you draw a card and discard 1 card. Now, they do draw, and they do, I don't know why they would do what they're about to do. They do discard the Circle the Sky, which in my opinion is a misplay, because if they were to, say, Circle the Sky and Nexus from Co-Magma to Chilolato to Co-Magma, draw and get something that could be effective against me, like put a Shield of Achilles down or something, that could have made a difference. But they didn't, and it could have been an Ambrosia. Don't know. It's my turn. I draw. I do play a Thunderstorm to destroy 1 of their back row, as they now have 2. Which I do destroy a Tsunami, which was very good to play, and definitely, I don't know if they had Water Spirits still at this time, but yeah. Thunderstorm, destroy 1 of their back rows. I do choose the one that was a Tsunami. I do not actually know what that other spirit, that other face down ruin is, because they don't get to play it as we're getting close. They only have 4 spirits left going into my turn, and I will attack. I will send my last card in my hand, a Leonite, now making all Invoke Ruins very unplayable until he is put into defense position, which obviously, if I needed an Invoke Ruin, I could just say put him in defense and go from there, but that would make no sense right now. I attack, I destroy the Co-Magma, burning them for 1 spirit due to the spirit differential on the Leonite, and dropping them to 3 spirits. This clash is basically in my hands. If they get an Ambrosia or something and just so happen to be able to get a Cryoling, this clash could change completely, but unfortunately that's not going to happen. They do draw. They really don't have any options. They really don't. Unfortunately, it's just the way that Kindleo Nexus came at the right perfect time. They do play Frigid Club. They are going to have to misenchant the Frigid Club with 1 of their fire spirits they have left, dropping them down to 2. There's nothing else they can really do. It's in my hands. I draw, I attack, destroy the Frigid Club, dropping them to 1 spirit. My opponent then is going to draw. They have 1 spirit left. If they need an Ambrosia, they don't get it, and that's going to be game. I hit the Chilolato, game over. Nothing, they have no spirits left. That's going to be the end of this clash as they look through their spirits, and they had an ambrosia at the bottom, and they had like one more ambrosia, but nothing they can do. This game changed immediately once I got that Kindleo up. If I don't get Kindleo on that turn, this game is completely different. They still had a good amount of spirits. They could have absolutely gotten a yeah, when I pulled out the Kindleo, they had 7 spirits still. And they had a prior run properly enchanted. If I don't get that Kindleo and I have to expend the draw or I play something else, they have legitimately a chance to, on the draw phase next turn, enchant into Cryo Scorch, losing the rest of their hand, and then I have nothing to play that was going to be able to stop that at all. If my turns keep going the way they do, I have nothing that can destroy that Cryo Scorch. And then when things get down to where like I have enough spirits, they can pretty much just go end game with the spirits and win the game. But that did not happen. I pick up the win. Let me know what you think of this clash below. This clash went completely different and definitely had one changed in one turn. Hit that subscribe button, comment down below, like or dislike this video. I will see you guys on the next clash. When that's going to be, I do not have a set time yet. Until then, my name is Franz, and I'll see you guys later.